Thank you for watching the Meatsauce and Monty special YouTube channel edition. Unedited, we can talk about anything.
Wow.
You are not Meatsauce.
No.
You are Dan Cole, the common man. One of the 4 best radio personalities.
I wish I had a nickname like Meatsauce. I really do. Yeah, what a great nickname.
Common Man is a great nickname.
No, I was kidding.
I know.
Yeah. How about
Meatsauce is a good nickname, though.
Well, I wouldn't.
It just rolls right off the tongue.
Yeah, but would you really want to go around town being known as Meatsauce?
Well, do people always call it? Do they call you? Do they? Okay. Or Coolie if they.
Common. Some people will do the Coolie if they know the bit.
Yeah, if they're really in on it.
But it's common. I like it. It pays, like you say, it pays the bills.
Pays the bills. Speaking of paying the bills,
I don't owe you money, do I?
No, but I know you've got those chips in your hand. They're burning a hole in your pocket here at Mystic Lake.
Here. I've got.
So it's gonna find a way.
Put it this way, I'm winning right now.
Did you count?
I'm ahead.
You're ahead.
Yeah, I'm ahead. Doesn't mean I will be at the end of the night, but right now I am.
That's a good stack right there.
I love saying at the end. What I love saying, my favorite thing to say at the casino is "color me up."
Yeah.
You know what color me up?
Yeah, they throw your chips your way.
Yeah, because you have the smaller ones and you have your 5s
Yep.
and your 25s. You want to get a C note one, so you go.
You want to make it look
color
good.
me up. And I like saying it loud so everybody
the
turns
jargon.
And goes, ooh,
yeah.
He's a good gambler.
Do you just go into the high roller over there?
Up. No, I never go high roller. I don't have that kind of money.
You got that stack of chips.
It's about $125, $130.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That'll get you a round or two of golf. So let's talk here. Comedy Club here at the Meadows Bar and Grill on October 6th and 7th. Do you know who's coming here? Have you heard of Kevin Pollak?
I've heard of Kevin Pollak. I've never
seen
him
funny?
work. I've not seen him work.
See, he's a top 100 comedian of all time by Comedy Central.
I hear he's a very funny man.
Well, you got to come here to Mystic October 6th or 7th, 7:30 and 10
It's a
p.m.
great club. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I have not. But
I've not seen a show, but I've looked into the room before.
You're hoping someday you can perform there.
Well, let's not get carried away.
More,
I'm not quite that
like
good.
that. Another event here, Rocks, Brats, and Beer. So you do Cool 108. I'm going to name a couple of singers. I'm sure that you can knock this out of the park. Rock, Brats, and Beer. Friday and Saturday, October 13th and 14th, 5 to 10:30 p.m. Party like a rock star. Brett Michaels.
Brett Michaels, yeah, he did.
Lead singer of Poison.
Poison. Oh, that Brett
There you
Michaels.
go. See, now
I thought it was. See, I had him confused with somebody else that did this. Do you know what I mean? From 1969, I guess I got him confused. Brett Michaels, Poison.
Yes. How about Dee Snider?
Every rose has its
There
thorn.
you go. You got it. Dee Snider?
No.
Twisted Sister?
No.
That would have been right in your...
No. That's not in my wheelhouse. Those
were the years that you...
That's heavy metal, and
of the time it was.
It was.
Now everybody knows
I didn't do heavy metal. I was a little short of the heavy metal.
All right.
But I know my 70s and 80s.
All right.
I don't think I don't.
Okay, so Cool 108, we'll go back a little bit more. How about Three Dog Night?
Three Dog Night.
October 20th, 8 p.m. right here in the Mystic Showroom. They will be here for their concert.
Mama told me not to come.
That's exactly it. It says that they had 21 consecutive top 40 hits. That's pretty amazing.
It was one of the first albums I ever owned, and the album was really cool because the album cover folded out into a poster, and I hung it on my wall. And it was, I don't know how many guys were in the band, but I think the poster only had 3 of them kind of like in an alley or something.
Looking pretty rough.
It was cool.
The
they
mean
weren't looking rough, but
streets.
it just looked cool because they were all kind of with that rock star look where they're like this, you know.
Yeah,
I'm a big Three Dog Night guy. Absolutely love it.
All right, so thank you to Mystic. They got the Comedy Club coming up on the 6th and 7th, Kevin Pollak, Rock, Brats, and Beer, and then Three Dog Night, October 20th. All right, so now time to get back to the content. Our show on Sunday was so big, we have so much extra content. We'll start it off with honest opinion. These are a couple of...
That wasn't honest right there. You said it was so big we had too much show.
That's
a lie right there.
That's not a lie. We had Greg Coleman here. It was, we had so much. 29 minutes on the CW could not contain us.
All right.
All right, so honest opinion, I got a couple more questions for you. The Twins and Yankees, AL wildcard game 163. Here's the question where I want your honest opinion. Should game 163 be considered a play-in or a playoff?
No, it's a play-in game. It's not a playoff game.
See, but by technicality, they're saying it's the playoffs.
Technically, it is, but it's a play-in game.
Why? Why do you think that?
Well, because you're playing in to get into where the real team winners were. There are 6 other teams that are just standing by the wayside, twiddling their thumbs, waiting. So you are playing into the place. It's a play-in game. It's all. It's semantics is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But no, to me it's a play-in game, absolutely.
I agree with you 100%, but here's why. Baseball, whole thing, it's series. They play 2, 3, 4 games, World Series best out of 7. This is one.
This is one
Baseball
game.
is a sport that does not make sense to have one game after an entire season of 162 games to dictate who gets to move on and actually have a chance. So everybody's like, oh, you're there, you made it to the dance. Until you win game 163, you haven't made it to the dance. It's a coin flip.
But Major League Baseball likes the drama. See, what I do like is I like the drama of it's one and done, or you move on, because you remember when they had the 163s when the Twins were involved, I think, in two of them, weren't they?
Right.
Whereas you're tied
Tigers
at the end of the season, and so it's like, well, we have to play to break the tie. And those games were so exciting. It's like a Game 7 in a World Series. So I think that's why Major League Baseball did it, because they'll go, boy, those were really cool. Let's do it again. So I don't mind that they do it.
Capitalizing on that.
I don't mind that they do it. But I call it a play-in, not a playoff.
All right. So this Sunday, a few events going on in downtown Minneapolis. We've got the Marathon, Vikings, Twins. MnDOT is expecting more than 100,000 people to make their way to downtown Minneapolis. A lot of roads are closed. Is MnDOT 35W also closed heading into downtown Minneapolis? Is MnDOT handling this appropriately? They've known about this schedule for probably 5 or 6 months. They had the opportunity to change things. They're not. Do you think people are going to be a little upset Sunday morning trying to get downtown close to the bank?
Yeah, and I'm going too. Because normally I would just say, too bad for you. I'll be at home. I'm taking Deuce to the game.
You're going to the game on Sunday morning?
Well, it's
your
faith,
team.
Faith, family, football, and so
fairways, frequencies.
Deuce is family. He has faith that his football team, which is now the Lions, is going to win. So all three there. He wants to go. It's our one father-son bonding moment. So I'll be there.
You better get there early.
Well, you know what? It's no different than rush hour traffic, I think, going to and from work. So I'm used to it.
You don't think so? Even with the marathon, all these roads closed, parking, trying to get there?
I can't worry about it.
Do you have VIP? You'll have the heated garage right underneath the bank? They'll just pull right up?
No, but I'm not. Again,
roll the window down?
There are worse things to concern ourselves with. But I'm sure it will be crazy, and I don't know if MnDOT blew it or not. You have to do construction projects, and you can't just say, you know what, we're going to call it off for a couple of days, I guess.
All right. So now we're going to switch gears a little bit. It's just another bit. Meatsauce has had a few weeks of practice with this. With him, I make the questions a little bit more so that he can try to be funny, because Meatsauce is his social skills, his ability to...
He needs to be led by the nose.
You can take this however you want. We call it life skills. It's normally life skills with Meatsauce, but today it's life skills with Common. So I'm going to bring up situations, and it's almost, think of yourself as this. You're an advice columnist. It's not quite the mailbag. It's just somebody, I hate
something I'm comfortable with.
We are not, this show is in no way political. We are sports, and we stay in the toy department the large majority of the time. However, the White House visit. Steph Curry says he's not going. LeBron James comes out with the bum tweet. If you were to win a championship in one of the major sports, would you want to go to, and I'm not saying with Trump, I'm saying the honor to go to the White House, or is it no big deal?
I guess it's been a tradition, so I suppose I would go along if the team wanted to, but it wouldn't be.
It wouldn't make or break your season.
No, it wouldn't it wouldn't be that big of a thrill to me. It could be kind of cool to go to the White House, so I would go, but it's not like I would feel as though my season and championship wasn't complete because I didn't get the White House visit as well.
Sure.
I don't even know why they do a White House visit. Why is it that the President of the United States always invites championship teams to come to the White House for what reason?
It's a very good question. I don't know where the tradition began, but
if I won a big jackpot at Mystic Lake, I'm a winner. Why won't he invite me to visit? So I just think it's silly.
I'll invite you to my house if you're a big winner.
All right. I think it's silly to invite any teams.
Look at that. Those are nice.
They're beautiful is what they are.
All right.
Color me up.
Justin Timberlake, JT as the kids call him.
Yeah.
Are your boys, he's probably too old for your boys.
Yeah, my boys aren't particular. They make fun of him.
So he's the halftime, or allegedly they're saying that Justin Timberlake is going to be the halftime performer at Super Bowl 52. Does Justin Timberlake do anything?
If I didn't know that you were Monty, and you told me you were Justin Timberlake, I would have to believe it because I've never seen him before. I don't know. I've never heard him. I may have.
No offense, Justin Timberlake, but I'm not you.
The music could be playing somewhere, so I may have heard him. It's been background, but I've never went. I didn't seek out Justin Timberlake music. I'm sure he's very good, but no, it doesn't do much for it. The whole halftime
that's
show
what I was
going to
say. Let's take it
I'm sorry,
a step
and
further.
People look at me and say, "Oh, you're just trying to be different and be a curmudgeon." No, I would rather see a group at the showroom at Mystic Lake where I'm seeing an entire show and they're not lip syncing and I'm watching a show and it's an intimate location. To have it on TV, to have some superstar performer basically lip sync, do a song and dance routine. There's lots of explosions.
13 minutes.
And they do a medley of songs. I'm sorry, it's...
So halftime, you turn it? You turn it somewhere,
I don't
you
turn
grab
it.
the newspaper and you sit back?
That's where I go get the chili dog. Did I ever tell you how underrated it is to have a wife that can rattle pots and pans? We'll have chili dogs with sour cream, and I'll go eat, and then I'll come back when it starts with the second half. I'm not a big halftime show guy.
So JT not doing it for you. Playboy, Hugh Hefner, 91 years old, just passed. Now, you're a little bit older than me, not by much, but a little.
A little bit. 20, 30 years.
What was Playboy like? Was it revolutionary? Has it spot
I liked it so
in
much
society?
that not only would I lick the pages, but I'd eat the staples too.
But how much?
This isn't on TV, right? This is
this is the web.
Yoga pants, breasts.
See, this is where you can say anything. You can do whatever you want.
How wacky! So it's like being on the morning show.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. But I try to keep it classy. I try to be the straight man and just.
That wasn't
throw it
real
out
bad,
there.
was it?
No, that was
pages and eat the staples.
No, that was very good. That was great.
I know this line's probably been out there. As a matter of fact, one of my staff writers actually wrote it. But you know, if Hugh Hefner is going to heaven, wouldn't that be like a lateral move for him?
Yeah, right.
Well,
yeah, could you be in a better place? That's the.
Yeah, and I heard that instead of being cremated, he wanted to be playmated.
Oh. All right.
Hey-oh! Hugh Hefner, what a life, huh?
What a guy! What a guy! Let's go with Timberwolves. Wolves, are they your team? You a big fan?
Yeah, I mean,
you go to a couple games,
I'm not a big NBA guy, but because they're local,
sure.
So that's my club, sure.
So the NBA Power Rankings came out last week, and it has the Wolves 7th. We are talking about, now I'm not saying this has to be a preposterous statement and it's not a nomination. However, longest playoff drought in the NBA, and they go from, and we're not talking in the West, we're talking the entire NBA, 7th best team. Your thoughts?
I don't know how preposterous it is because Towns is considered a top 15 player in the league.
Sure.
Wiggins, if he's not in the top 15, he's close.
Very close.
Jimmy Butler's considered a top 15 guy. So you have three. And in the league, you have to have three really good players. They have now three really good players. They have some nice ancillary pieces, guys that have worked. I think they take into consideration, you have guys that have played for the coach that is currently with the Wolves. They've been reunited. So they know what he wants, know what he expects. He knows what their strengths and weaknesses are, their limitations, what their ceiling is. So it's a nice blend. Now you have to get out on the court and play together, but I don't see why that's, you know, and again, I don't watch every team. I can't just go, this year, but I would say that's not that far-fetched. I would say top 10-ish or so, you know, on paper.
I would say it's pretty far-fetched just because, like I said, the playoff drought, the top 16 teams are going to make the playoffs.
Right.
And we're in the West where it's tough. And then they say you're 7th overall.
But
that's pretty high company right now.
Yeah, but it is. But I don't know. I just some of those top 16 teams, the last 6 or 7 of them aren't that good, anyways. I mean,
so
it could be far-fetched. I'm saying that.
Just beware. This will live forever on YouTube.
That's
so whatever
fine.
you say will come back to haunt you.
I don't think it's that. I'm not, and that's not to say they might just fall flat on their face. But if you said, "Do you think the Wolves are a top 10 team?" I go, God, they look like it on paper, but yeah, they could very well completely fall apart. And then, of course, there's the injury thing.
Sure. All right. A little bit social things here. We go to the business section.
All right.
You've had bad jobs when you were younger. You've had bad jobs.
Got one now.
We're going to hear with
filling
me.
in for meat sauce. I mean, think about it. When your meat sauce is filling. I mean, how bad is that? I can't even beat meat sauce out for a job. Well, lucky.
You got to talk to Todd about that one. So going back to the job, Target is claiming that they're going to do the $15 an hour minimum wage by 2020. Is this a good move? And I'm not saying like economically. I'm saying is this a good move overall for Target? Because they're in the battle with Walmart. And it made me think of minimum wage jobs and what the worst job was that maybe you had. Or
well,
$15 an hour.
It's good for the employees.
Absolutely.
Target must feel like they're still going to be able to make the nut, or they wouldn't do it, right? Because it's not mandated yet, is it?
No.
And I think
trying to get out ahead of the game.
I think what it does do is for some people it will provide, Target will have goodwill among a lot of customers. They'll go,
Absolutely.
They care about the little guy, and they want people to be able to make a living and be able to, to make a livable wage. And
Right.
I'm going to go shop Target, even if they raise their prices a little bit to help pay for this. I think a lot of people will do that. I don't think it's going to be this. People have this idea that all of a sudden it's going to be doom and gloom, and I don't think so. I think it's going to work out well for Target, its employees, and everybody else.
Are you a Target guy or are you a Walmart guy?
I go both.
Or does it matter?
No, I go
Doesn't
both.
matter?
Well, actually, I'm neither because my wife does all the shopping. I rarely
Shopping and cooking?
She does everything.
Boy,
she's
you got it made.
She's a princess, and I'm a very lucky man.
All right.
Is that going to stay forever too? Can you send
That
her
will,
a copy of this?
absolutely.
Thank
You can send her the. Can I send her a copy?
Yes, would you please?
I will.
Make sure she gets it.
This is pretty meaningless, but I wanted to throw it out there. NBC, Will and Grace. Did you ever watch that the first time around? See, here's the reason I'm asking. Is broadcast TV dead? If the big broadcast stations, if NBC has to sit, they got all the people sitting in a boardroom saying, what can we do to try to draw people in? And they say, you know what, we got something that was really popular like 15 years ago. Let's just bring that back. Do you think this is a good move, or do you think this is silly?
No, because I just think it's a new idea. It's like, first you had your situation comedies, and then you had spin-offs from those, right?
Sure.
Then you went from that to the so-called reality TV stuff. So now what's the next thing? How about we flash back and put old casts together, and don't just do like Return to Gilligan's Island, but actually, are they actually redoing Will and Grace now?
Yes, it's the exact same characters, exact same show.
So I think it will be
exact same premise.
So I think
it's Return to Gilligan's Island.
But Return to Gilligan's Island wasn't quite. That was just a quick. It was
that a
a
one-time movie?
1 hour special
Yeah,
thing.
sure.
So this would be, I think it'll probably work for fans of the show. But,
Really?
Well, I think I heard somewhere too where now there was some new show. It was an hour-long drama or something, and they showed it over the air, the first episode, to get you hooked, and said, now you got to go to our website or something, and you now have to pay for it. And if you like it well enough, you're probably willing to pay. So that, broadcast TV we as know it, I don't think will ever be the same, but this might work. I don't know how many Will and Grace fans there are. I don't know if you could, generally speaking, I think, most of the time these shows end, they don't always end on top. Maybe some do. Maybe some go out and go, boy, I sure wish I could see more, but a lot of them is because you run out of episode ideas. You say, well, we've already done the one where they've adopted a dog, so what do we do next? They start to strain credulity, so you have to go in a different direction. You have to just pull the plug on the show.
Right.
But maybe they go, after we've pulled for a long time, now we can come back and revisit some stuff. It might work. I don't know.
What kind of show could have the exact same premise day after day after day
and
still be successful?
Well, that's the definition of insanity. Really.
I thought you'd pick that up and run with it.
Picked up on it.
Real quick, Fantasy Man.
I got cheap-shotted.
No, it was meant for you to. You were supposed to have fun with it.
I got cheap-shotted.
Cheap-shotted. No,
that's fine. I'm used to it.
Last segment, Fantasy Man, and we have a special animation this week.
Fantasy Man.
So, fantasy football, everybody plays it.
I used to.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm retired on top.
Every week we just kind of pick a player. This week we're going to go with quarterbacks. Who is your quarterback fantasy man for this week?
I'd have to look at the schedule.
I'm sure you're thinking Matthew Stafford.
No. I like him, but I don't against the Vikings defense.
Nice.
And on the road, what I
go.
would say is this. I know some people are going to go, wow, you're really going on a limb. I'm going Tom Brady.
Oh, yeah.
I would take Tom Brady every week. Why wouldn't
Sure.
you?
Yeah, so if you could get him in your team, that's who you'd go with.
I don't know who they're playing this week, but I don't think it much matters.
It doesn't matter.
So I would take Tom Brady.
I'm going to go with Trevor Siemian with the Broncos. He's at home. His last game at home against Dallas, 4 touchdowns. So he plays well there in the Mile High City. So and he's a little, ESPN. He's a little deep.
Doesn't mean
I could have gone Drew Brees.
Week.
No, but that, like you said, past performance is not indicative of future results.
You actually prepared for this fantasy man.
This is my show. I mean,
no, it is.
That's my. I have to do something, and that's you're standing underneath that one.
Why?
So
why does he have a scowl on his face?
No, see, it's a smirk. See,
no, it's a scowl.
His
Look
lower
at him.
lip. He's smirking. He looks very.
Looks like he's got indigestion. That's what it looks like.
Boyish charm is what I. All right. Anything you want to keep making fun of Meatsauce? We got a few more minutes.
He looks like a 10, sort of, kind of.
In the cartoon world.
10 minus 6, right? You know how we learned to count in Detroit? 0 and 1, 0 and 2,
See,
0-3.
if Paul
Not
was
just-
here, his 0-3, I would have tried to go for that bit.
Oh, yeah, he's
See,
0-3.
right, he's 0-3, and with your pick, we'll see if he's 0-4.
The tables are calling me.
There you go. You've got to go win some money.
I'm going to get colored up here pretty quick.
Common, thank you so
I
much.
appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll
We
see
love
you back
you
here
on the
next
web.
week.
We love you.